Okay, hi there boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Right, got 3 games featuring members and in 2 cases platoons from GTC, and I'm very happy to say that especially in the first 2 games we've got a couple of GTC platoons that get themselves into some pretty clutch tight finishes and managed to bring home the wins by basically working together, thinking it through, and playing a very disciplined game. Our first game, we've got Tank Maestro here. He's platooned up with Godslayer. They're both rolling around in the Aero 44s. Tanks that you will see a lot of in Tier 6 tournaments, which I'm happy to say GTC are starting to do rather well in at Tier 6. Still got some way to go in Tier 8, but the guys are really coming together with some great teamwork at Tier 6. And that's what you're going to see here. Maestro here, he's going to come round to this flank. You can see he's got an isolated target. Now, it's a bit of a slow start. Godslayer on his left, so he knows where his teammate is. Godslayer's on his left. Godslayer's a little bit more exposed than Maestro is, but Maestro's going to play a very disciplined start to this game. He knows he's got his target there. He's doing his best to preserve his hit pool. He knows that he's got to be careful. He's got a difficult target to hit. He does take a shot in return there, but he's reduced his opponent down to a 1 shot. And our friend here has got to be a bit careful. He's drawn the shot, and now he's going to take very careful aim at the small hatch there and clear this guy up for kill number 1. Now his teammate has taken quite a bit of damage, so again, good focus fire, help out your teammate and get target number 2 cleared. So great work from these 2 chaps working together. They've cleared out this flank, and now it's time to roll around. As you can see though, the game's still pretty even, base apiece. Even in tanks, gets a beautiful shot of opportunity through the wall there, and clears this guy up for kill number 3. So he's having a cracking game, helping his team here by focus firing the BDR here. Unfortunately doesn't manage to pick up that kill. One of his teammates slightly beats him to it. Now I know these guys are on comms. He knows that his platoon mate is getting pushed and is low in hit points. So first instinct straight away, get round here, help his platoon mate out, and that great focus fire there manages to clear that target. So it's looking okay, but it's still pretty tight. Now Godslayer has been taken out, so it's a 2-on-2. They're a base down. So they really do have to sort of think this through. Now he knows he's got a TD off to his rear and right, so he wants to push around on this target, hopefully draw a bounce, and see if we can just get this guy cleared and try and hunt down the last enemy tank. So along with his surviving teammate, they've managed to clear this out. There's only 1 tank left, but yeah, there we go. Have a look at the cap points. This is getting very, very tight now. Haven't got time to try and take a cap off another base. So the only way we're going to win this one is to get over here and get this guy killed. Unfortunately, loses his shot there. And it's climbing. It's at 920, but thankfully, disciplined fire control gets behind him, goes in for some ram damage. Gets this guy down to a 1 shot and clears him up for his 4th kill. Great cooperative play from the guys from GTC there in the early stages of the game. Great individual performance, over 3,000 damage and 4 kills. Always great to see the 2 GTC drivers topping the damage board there. Fantastic stuff. Okay, here we are with Sasha Lou. She's in the T69. She's platooned up with Dennis. He's rolling around in the Pantera 44, and we're on Winter Malinovka. So these two, they've got, obviously Dennis is in an auto reloader, Sasha here, she's in an auto loader, so slightly different mechanic, but is going to allow them to whack out some pretty hefty DPM if they focus fire targets. So pushing this flank, and Dennis, yeah, he's an aggressive player, so he's decided this guy's sufficiently isolated. He's going to come around here and start pouring in the damage. Now these two enemy tanks here, they back each other up reasonably well initially, and Dennis has taken quite a bit of punishment here, but this guy has pushed down round very, very aggressively. His teammate is standing off somewhat, so that does allow Sasha and Dennis to isolate this guy off, and Sasha clears him up for kill number 1, also taking a very nice bounce there. But Dennis's hit points have taken quite a pounding, so we need to get this guy cleared. Now, thankfully, they're going to be disciplined about it. This guy is now reduced down. Sasha takes another nice bounce there. Thankfully, Dennis straight in with his auto reloader and clears this guy up for the kill. Unfortunately, in turn, he is then very quickly taken out by the TD. So now Sasha has to fight the rest of this battle alone. But it's looking okay for the green team. Now we've got an isolated one-shot TD here, so Sasha's going to clear him up for her second kill. And at this point, you'd have to say it's looking pretty good for the green team. However, it has to be said that the red heavies over there on the left-hand side of the battlefield are going to do a very good job holding and fighting their position, and this is going to be a very, very close game. Now Sasha comes round here. We need this big nasty TD taken out of the game. He's fired his big shot, that's it. So it's a very simple matter for the two of them to clear this guy out of the game, and you have to say, yep, still looking pretty great for green at this moment, right? But these heavies are working very, very well together on this enemy flank. Unfortunately, the last surviving heavy there, he's got himself in almost an impossible position. Now, two schools of thought. You can get round there and sort of YOLO in and try and take the focus off this guy, or you can accept that in that situation he's probably not going to make it. Always a very difficult decision, not going to be popular with some of your teammates on occasion. But Sasha has made the decision that she wants to use speed and mobility of this tank to get round the flank, try and get these enemy guns turned, and see if we can pick them off from distance. At the end of the day, she does her team no service whatsoever by YOLOing into 3 disciplined heavies who've managed to hold off pretty much everything that's been thrown at them so far. And that's exactly what Sasha is going to do here. Now she takes a lovely shot into the side of the turret, the target 2 there. Can't quite make the second, but third goes in. Now she has a long reload on, and she's reduced this guy down to effective one shot, as is the heavy that's next to him. So we're down to a 2-on-2. Still very, very close. However, the last surviving teammate that Sasha had sort of YOLO'd in there a bit too much, and has left Sasha now alone with 2 enemy tanks. So she does have to be very, very careful how she is going to play this if she's going to bring home the win. And the two surviving tanks are both heavies, so she simply can't afford to get into a hit point trade with these guys. They could very, very quickly take her out of the game were she to do so. But she does have one of these guys who is down to a one shot, so she can get him cleared, and here we go. Thank you very much. We effectively reduce this down now to a 1-on-1. So Sasha's gone for the long reload. Now she wants all 3 shells loaded if she's going to take this guy on. Now he's got about half his hit points left, so she's got to think about this. She can afford to take 1 hit from this tank. She probably can't take more than 1, dependent upon how this guy rolls, so she's got to think about it. Now this is a thing I think some people do forget about the game. It's a 7 minutes long game, guys. You know, most games obviously don't last more than 4 or 5. We all know that. But at the end of the day, the clock sometimes is your friend. There are 7 minutes, especially if you find yourselves in situations like this. So you don't need to just charge at the last surviving tank. You can afford to think it through. So Sasha gets a great shot straight through the guy's drive wheel there. Unfortunately, bounces number 2. However, manages to slip number 3 straight into the lower plate there. So she absolutely needs all of her 3 shells reloaded if she's going to have a chance of clearing this guy out. As I said, she can afford to take 1 shot. Now, unfortunately, she takes it here rather than when she's in a position to close in on this guy, which means she's really now in a clutch situation. She's absolutely got to get this guy cleared with this clip. She can't afford to take a hit. Thankfully, our guy snap shoots it, doesn't maintain the discipline, probably failed a bit by his derp. Sasha comes around the back of him, nice, well-aimed discipline fire, and clears this guy up. So she does, 3,366 damage, picks up a first-class mastery, and 4 kills. Really great play there to bring the win home from a difficult situation. Okay, and our last game, we're here with Dennis from GTC1. He's rolling out on Fort Despair in the Standard B, the Pan-European Tier 9 auto-reloading med. And if you're a fan of the channel, you've probably seen Dennis roll around in these auto-reloaders a lot. I get a lot of replays from him. That's because he's very good in these tanks. And he's going to have a very good battle here. Now, one of the things that is quite interesting in this game is, as we'll see later, you're going to see some very, very disciplined play. Dennis is by nature a very fast, aggressive player, especially when he's in one of these auto-reloading tanks. He just absolutely loves the mechanic and exploits the mechanic really well with regard to shell reload times for the various for shots 1, 2 and 3. It's something he does incredibly effectively. So we've come around here. He and his teammate have managed to clear out target number 1, and he's looking pretty healthy here. However, we've got our friend here in the waffle tractor, and this guy is just basically too dangerous a target to leave around the place. So we have to try and take this guy on and stop him pouring shells into the rest of the team. So manages to get a nice HE shot through the turret. The first one, second one doesn't go through, uses shot number 3, but now Dennis is obviously on a long reload here, and the waffle tractor's reload actually isn't that long for a tank that can hit this hard. So Dennis has definitely taken a few thumps. What he's done very cleverly is waited for his reload, and now it's just a question of who's going to reload this faster. He switches to APCR. He wants to make absolutely certain and clears this guy up, but as you can see, this has taken a hefty toll on his hit points, and now what you're going to get from Dennis is frankly a very, very disciplined drive. See here, we're just basically going to use this mechanic, clears out this guy for kill number 2, and we're going to wait now for all 3 shells to reload. But he's going to use the cover of the terrain and the map here to great effect. He knows he can't really afford to take a shot from pretty much anybody out there at this moment in time, so he's going to pick targets of opportunity now, and it looks like he's going to go for the Trek shot here. Unfortunately, the guy moves on him right at the last second, so Dennis takes the shot, whacks in the second shot, pulls back just in time to get the bounce. Unfortunately can't make shot number 3. So now he's on his reload. He knows this guy's going to hunt him down. He knows this guy's going to get kill hungry for a single for a single shot tank. So Dennis is going to get round here and do his best to keep his gun in the game. However, he hasn't forgotten about our friend over here. He's just basically using the time, using the terrain, keeping cover until he's got his 3 shells reloaded, and then here we go. There's number 1, number 2 straight through the turret hatch, great shot there, and number 3 again straight through the turret hatch and clips this guy out for kill number 3. So despite the fact he spent the last few minutes pretty low hit points, 1 shot for pretty much any tank out there, he's still pouring in the damage, getting the kills, and effectively helping his team bring home this battle. not really in question that this should be a win at this point. Dennis, I know, always hunting for ace masteries. He gets a lot of them. So he'll definitely be looking for more damage. Manages to get one more shot in there, and that is the win. Just under 5,000 damage, 3 kills. Picks up a first class. Can't have been too far off an ace with that one, but he manages to get plenty of aces, so not too bad that he only just missed one there. But a great performance from Dennis in the standard B. I'd like to thank all of the guys who contributed to the video. Thank all of you for watching and supporting the channel. And as always, good hunting and bye for now.